With barely 2 weeks to the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly, the outgoing Senate Chief Whip, Kalu, has allied with the former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, to produce the next Senate president. The All Progressives Congress endorsed Godswill Akpabio and Barau Jibrin as Senate and Deputy Senate President. But Kalu says his alliance with Yari could reenact the episode of 2015 that produced Bukola Saraki against the party's wishes.
Arise Director of News and Politics Editor Sumner Sambo joins us now for more on these to help us unpack and understand exactly what seems to be playing out. Sumner, good to see you. Let's start from that seeming veiled threat coming from Kalu that, look, what happened in 2015 is about to reoccur. What do you make of this? And we're hearing of Yari Kalu or Kalu Yari, situation going on here.
Yeah, I mean,
what should we make of all of this?
In a new government like this, people want to take advantage, and that's why you see the EFCC and DSS reenacting what happened under Buhari's first term. People trying to take advantage of a new president and situations here and there, and that's why I mean a lot of us are actually calling for the president to actually know that the job that he has come to, handle is a very tough task, and there are people who just want to take advantage of situations in the country. I mean, he needs to have his team on ground, a firm grip of situations, and have an NSA that will help solve these issues. I mean, because we saw this remember during Magu and Lawal Daura then, and Osibajo had to take a decision at some time which was used against him and all of that. Yes, and that's why we're asking, I mean, if he's going to have an NSA, it should be someone who has a firm grip of the situation, not necessarily even someone who's a military general, could be a police, or, I mean, going away from the norms from the departure, because people want to take advantage of the system. It's the same thing that's going to happen in the National Assembly that you are hearing again. People want to take advantage of a new president who is still trying to find his feet, in the presidency. So President Tinubu has to quickly know that the job that he has at hand is a tough one, because if he doesn't know how to handle these issues that are coming up from different angles, people will take advantage of his presidency. He would have to battle it all out in the first time. And before you know it, 4 years is gone. And then we'll have a situation. Now, Kalu is an experience.
I think before that, let's quickly hear. Let's see what that he has to say on this quickly. I will come back to you on that.
Okay.
We are talking with the government. Our group and his group are talking. We are in intimate partnership and talk to make sure that no one zone can produce a Senate president. Like I used to tell you, no one zone can produce a president of Nigeria. It's the same thing. What we are trying to play with Senator Yari is a united partnership that works for Nigeria. So in the coming days and weeks, those partnerships will be unfair. We will see what the partnership will be. So we're in serious talk. Yes, I cannot deny it.
So, Sumner, you heard that. I cannot deny it. We're in serious talks
going on.
I mean, like I said, trying to take advantage of the situation. Yari Kalu or Kalu Yari is a situation that's coming out of what really happened in 2015. Carefully, you will see that the APC has said that they are going for Akpabio. And Akpabio is of the PDP stock that came into power. And these people are those who followed through into the APC in 2015. And they are saying that, look, the PDP took advantage of the situation and battered Bukola Saraki, which we didn't want. And this time around, we're in our own government that we put in place, and somebody from the PDP stock is coming in again to be put as Senate President. That's why you see these two people are insisting that, no, they built this APC. They are going to go ahead and ensure that it is only that person that comes within their political affiliation, that someone that they think that can protect Tinubu easily, that they would want to be there. And as such, these two, if they build an alliance, is going to be a formidable alliance, because they are seeing themselves as people who are closer to Bola Tinubu than Godswill Akpabio, and they are seeing themselves as people who protect. But this may likely lead to a security breach if care is not taken on that day. I mean, the Sergeant at Arms at the National Assembly has to start getting prepared for that day, because in 2015, you could see someone like Bukola Saraki going into the vehicle to sleep ahead of time, getting set there. This time around, they have to ensure that there is no security breach, because if you can hear Kalu insisting on this, it means that this time around, they are prepared to ensure that what happened in 2015 doesn't happen. And don't take these politicians, these two politicians, don't joke with them.
And Sumner, listening to you talking about those who were, once members of one political party and now in another political party, specifically talking about Akpabio, referring to Akpabio as a PDP,
yes. It's
so,
more as an outsider. It's been looked as an outsider within the inner
is it the same arguments as we've also heard some, editors, politics editors talk about the APC at the moment? Because at a point in time, they were referring that we still had some CPC members clique within the APC who were against the ACN members who are also in the APC. Speak to us on how difficult it is for you to drop your
former
status.
Yes, and coincidentally, you look at people like Ojuzo Kalu. I mean, he was a two-term governor under PDP. But from that 2007 to 2011, people started wearing new skins. I mean, political skins here and there. And so building new alliances, coming into 2015 and all of that. So some of these people, like Saraki's wing of the PDP, was known as the new PDP. But Akpabio was more of the old core PDP. Now, from this thinking that you have, you see that Tinubu is of the ACN group. And then you see Kashim Shettima coming from the old AMPP group. So the number 3 position of the country, it's all about people who see themselves as not wanting another PDP person to come again, a core PDP. But that's why they are trying to build this alliance. Now, the alliance is that if somebody like Kalu doesn't get it, Yari should get it. But we have to look at the overall thinking of the country and what the party is looking at. And of course, the president too. That's why I said the president must not be aloof like President Buhari was. Because President Buhari has said that anybody who emerges, he would work with the person.
Yeah, but the president
this
is not
time
even
around,
being aloof.
It looks like it's a different ballgame.
He already made it clear where his interest lies. He already, endorsed an Akpabio, Jibrin Barao ticket.
Yes.
Right? He already endorsed that. So that's already clear. And now you have Oshomole,
but
a strong
people
associate
within
of Tinubu endorsing Akpabio only today. And would it really be fair to still refer to Akpabio as the PDP of the PDP stock within the APC? I mean, he's long left.
Well, since 2015.
The PDP. But let's talk about very quickly what Kalu is saying. He said, look, we want to protect the integrity of the Senate by what we're doing. That the party, the APC, or whoever else really should not decide where where things fall.
Yes, and that's why I'm telling you that when it comes to the issues of the National Assembly leadership, it's a different ballgame. Even the president himself, having been a former senator, his wife, and then the vice president, they understand the game. They know the game that having an anointed candidate before election, they may not necessarily be the situation. Because once you go into there, it's a different ballgame. And it's left for people like Akpabio to also see how he can work with PDP senators, Labour Party senators, to shore up his own support. Because these other guys, they are strong APC guys, and they know how to draw the APC senators close, and then, of course, buy some people from the opposition to their side. And I can tell you that it's going to be a very difficult situation, because once you come in as an anointed candidate, it actually, instead of being a support for you, it actually counts against you. Because the National Assembly likes being seen as an independent institution that actually goes ahead to elect its own leadership. And so irrespective of what Tinubu has said, all he has to do is to create some avenue of understanding between this group now, this Yari and Kalu. Because if they continue with the way they are going, I can tell you that with the weight that they carry among senators, they may likely pull a surprise on that day. Akpabio himself mustn't sleep, but I can tell you that the most important thing is that the person who is going now, the outgoing Senate president too, he controls the section and he's coming back too.
Right.
So it's going to be a different ball game on the day, on June 13, when they are all meeting. This alliance between Yari and Kalu is not one that should be neglected, because even Abdullah Adamu, who is the national chairman of the APC, you would have heard when he said, not quite long, that this is not our final position.
Yes.
People should still go out and canvass. That's to tell you that within himself.
It's not a done deal.
Yeah, because he knows that in 2015, when some of them were at the International Conference Center, and the others were at the National Assembly, at the Senate chamber, when the call was made for anyone to challenge Saraki or not, nobody stood up.
But again, once
because that gang up can happen, and you will be surprised that people who saw Mr. President at night before coming to that day will end up voting for someone else. So it's a game of treachery, and the National Assembly like to present itself as being independent, but can negotiations push aside Kalu and Yari? Yes. But the thing is that if the president does not continue to negotiate until the last day and Akpabio goes to bed, it will just be like a Zimbabwean dollar that he's holding, and at the end of the day, he will be met with surprises.
You didn't say that,
you don't do that to your fellow African brothers. But again, one of the
Senator Zamere said it when I interviewed him in 2015, that somebody was holding a Zimbabwean dollar ticket.
It is what it is, and that is why Nigerians are working so hard to see that the Naira truly doesn't become one of such. I would like to thank you for your time, as always, for making this more lucid.